You can see the liquid moving. What's going on, everybody? Troy Rawlings here. Uh-oh, I might not have enough. I hope this thing stays charged up. If my phone starts dying, I might have to end this a little early. I thought my phone was charging. It wasn't charging. What's going on, everybody? Troy Rawlings here. Welcome to a special edition. Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. It is Saturday, June the 27th. I told y'all we were going to do a three-parter. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I see you. I see you. Good morning. What's going on, young lady? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Dean Tracy, good morning. You're actually a dean, right? Today? Oh, shoot. My phone. Let me make sure I have the right charger in. Let me switch up this. Let me see if this one works better. Because I might really have to do a short one today. If this is, if this one's not charging properly. I didn't charge my phone. I'm starting to sound old as I don't know what. I didn't charge my phone. I don't know what's going on. All right, y'all. All right, like I said, this is a three-parter. This is part two. Once again, if you're just tuning in, Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition is all about love. For the next, I was saying 52 weeks, but we're almost through the month of June. We started June 1st. And 5 days a week, usually about an hour a day, I come on and talk about love. Not just all kinds of love. Love in its expansive amazingness, if that's a word. I'm not a collegiate person, so love in and of itself is about, I think all love stems from unconditional love, the truest form of love. And that's when you really get down into the nitty gritty of the real nitty gritty, as the old heads would say. Let me lubricate the chassis and get some water. Carpe MFDM. Thank you, Jen, for all my my mugs and merch, and we're testing out some merch for the big launch coming soon. Stay tuned. Of Carpe MFDM brand. All right. So why are you talking about love, Troy? Well, one of my missions in life, one of my main missions, is to help men and women communicate better in love. That's what I write about in my books, some of my topics on my comedy. Anytime I hit a stage or crack a mic, I'm really promoting love. That's my thing. Okay. And the month of June, we started talking about self-love, because I don't believe we can love anyone properly until we learn how to properly love ourselves. Right? That's a big deal. And we talked about what is love. You can go back and watch on my YouTube channel, Troy Rawlings Live YouTube channel. But we talked about what love is. We've been talking about how to love yourself properly, self-compassion, self-care, all this stuff. But before we get started, let's breathe a little bit. Let's get some fluid. If you're not already up and at 'em and working out, and you just getting up and you open, I'm like, what is Troy talking about? Let's breathe first. That's why we got the Zen music on, the waterfall. If somebody said it make them feel like they gotta go to the bathroom, that's good. That means your system is working properly. We used to joke about that when we was younger. As you get older, you're like, thank you, God, for me going to the bathroom. Thank you, Lord. The kidneys, the liver, the Hey, TT, didn't you just have a birthday? Happy belated. I'm not getting to all the birthdays today because we don't have a lot of time. But we'll see, because they're right in front of me, some of the people, and I got some people that I got love for, and I want to say happy birthday to. But if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's do some breathing real quick and get into it. All right. All right. Relax your shoulders. If you're driving or if you're walking, reading your phone, stop. Yeah. Happy birthday, girl. If you're driving or you're walking, reading your phone, don't close your eyes. All right. Relax your shoulders. All right. We're gonna take a deep breath in through our nose. Try to fill not just your chest but your diaphragm, stomach, your belly, down here with some air. Take a deep breath through your nose and through your nose. Inhale. Love, peace, joy, calm. Exhale. Fear, doubt, hate, anger, resentment. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more big one. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure you get some fresh air today too, y'all. Go for a walk or something. Quick prayer. Father, thank you for this time we had. Thank you for waking up this morning, us up this morning with sound minds, activity of all our limbs, all our senses working intact, divine health. Bless our loved ones. Bless those who may watch this later. Bless those who are here live. Bless us to have an awesome day. In your precious name we pray. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Mr. CEO. Like I said, this is not a religious broadcast. This is just me talking to y'all how I talk to me. This is me giving tangible steps and workings. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. Get that straight. Because somebody was like, Troy, I thought you was LMFT. LMFT? Licensed Marriage and Family Therapist. Is that what that? LMO? LMA? LM? What up, cuz? How you feeling? All right, y'all. We've been talking about self-love. We're ending out the month of June. And the other day I was like, healing from a broken heart. Yeah, let me do a deep dive. Let me do some study. All right, let me get rid of this Zen music before I fall asleep. I'm up. We up by. Okay. Oh, for those who don't know, I'm a comedian by nature and by trade sometimes, but amongst other things. And I'm here right now. And right now in Burbank, California, Los Angeles County. It's about 7:47 a.m. on Saturday, June 27th. Not that I date these, but I'm dating them. This is like episode 18, y'all. Have y'all been following? Go back on YouTube and on my timeline, and you can see all of them. Self-love, the whole month of June. You got some stuff that you can do. You going through some issues and trying to figure out this self-love thing. I gave you some steps, baby. This is what we need. We need tools, be it from a guy like me who you may tune into to listen to because you follow me and you know I might say something funny or something crazy or might say something that makes sense. We all go through some of the same thing. We're all human, man. We're all going through something. The best thing you could do in life is learn how to love yourself. And like I said, it's not a religious broadcast. Sometimes I quote scripture. Sometimes I quote other books and stuff like that. But there's a scripture in the Bible when they went to Jesus and they were like, yo, so what's the greatest commandment? And he said, love God. But the second is like it. He was almost saying just as important. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And it's funny because we skate over that as you love yourself part. Because many of us don't love ourselves. Try love me. That's good. Where's my mirror? Do you look in this mirror? I love you some me. Wake up, you doing good. You look beautiful. Crust in your eyes, boogies in your nose. Another reason I do this in the morning, because y'all don't be telling me in the comments if something's going on. And I'm getting older. Ain't nothing worse than an older cat talking and they got like this is the gray hairs trying to come back in. So that's not like any flakes or anything. That's something you go through too, guys. If you got gray hair, the guys that are dyeing stuff, then they dyeing it and they got the green, black, and the gray. Come on, man. Just love on you. Men and women, look in the mirror every morning. I love you. You're doing great. You ain't have to say a lot. I love you. You're looking good. You're doing great. You're going to have a great day today. You're awesome. You're awesome. Something amazing is going to happen. God loves you. You love, just build yourself up every day. We look in the mirror every day to brush our teeth. While you're in there, say some love stuff. Because it helps, y'all. Everybody's going through something. And a lot of us don't believe it because we're not hearing it. Love the God in your neighbor and you. Is that question mark? Love God. Love the Lord your God, all your heart, all your mind. The second is like unto it. They were asking about commandments. And he kind of ended it on the 2, really stressing that the greatest commandment in life is love. But I delve into the part that we always say, love our neighbor. We're supposed to love our neighbor like we love ourselves. And I think that's why we have a lot of issues in life in general. We don't know how to love ourselves. So how can we love somebody else? I believe we talk to other people how we talk to ourselves. But let's do a deep dive. Real quick, working definition for self-love. An appreciation for oneself that grows from actions supporting your physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Treat yourself with the same compassion, respect, and care you would a close friend. I go deep and say a relative. I get really deep and say your child. Can we really love ourselves as much as we love our kids? Is that possible? This is some good water. I done had a morning walk. I got some good water. I was poetically merging the 2 because, sorry. I see what you did there, my brother. Okay. All right. Yesterday, we started talking about healing from a broken heart. And real quick, I'm going to recap a little bit of yesterday so we can rock on. Healing from a broken heart is a non-linear process. Non-linear means, and this is important, and this is from growth therapy. I love the fact that they said non-linear because a lot of times you're talking about something like healing, and it's not like, okay, you broke your leg. This is the process of healing. We're going to put it in a cast for 6 weeks. After the cast, you're going to get out the cast. You're going to do some physical therapy. You're going to have to be mobile and do this, keep your foot up, blah, 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 blah. They give you all the steps. Unless there's some kind of thing, they know because of how many people. That's why it's good to go to. It's great. First and foremost, talk to your friends, that loving friends you trust. That is important. Your circle of people around you is very important to your healing. If you don't have that, or if that's not enough, professional help is always suggested. A therapist, a psychiatrist, something, hey, what's up? Something along those lines. But someone can tell you how to heal. I broke my leg, I had to do this. And the doctor tells you because they look at the patterns. And if something's off, they let you know, okay, you're healing a little fast, you're healing slow, blah, 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 blah. Healing from a broken heart is nonlinear. There are no steps you can go by. Some people, they can get over it in months. Some people, I know people that are in their 60s and 70s and still haven't healed from the broken heart. This ain't no joke. This limits a lot of people from not only loving themselves because maybe they felt they did something wrong or somebody made them feel wrong about something or themselves or who they were. I've talked to men and women before. Hey, what's going on? Alejandro Pt2 Leon? Am I really? It sounds like I'm announcing a boxer. Alejandro Pt2 Leon. Oh, sorry. Welcome to Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. We talking about love for the next 52 weeks of the year until at least June 2027. But this month of June, we're talking about self-love. So if you've missed the episodes, go back and watch them. But today we're talking about healing from a broken heart. This is part 2. We did a small half an hour yesterday. We'll rock a little bit longer today. And then I'm going to hit on it again tomorrow. And maybe Monday, I don't know. Wait, we know each other from Willoughby Apartments in West Hollywood? Alejandro Pt2 Leon? Oh, see, now I got to go and look. So that's been a minute. That's 2010. So that was 16 years ago. How are you? The manager, what's good, man? How are you? Hope all is well. I love those. That was some sexy little apartments over there. Had the washer and dryer inside. It was a studio with a flair. Beautiful. I don't know if you still have them, but nice. Wood floors, nice. But good to see you. I'm just in here doing my thing. For those who don't know, I'm Troy Rawlings, host, author, journalist, But for the whole month of June, I'm talking about self-love. Today, we're talking about healing from a broken heart. All right. And I'm picking up from yesterday. Real quick definition. Healing from a broken heart is a non-linear, meaning that there's no set path. Even though you can use tools and things like that, your timing of healing is different from someone else's. The process you go through is different from somebody else. Somebody, wine and ice cream may be the thing. Some people need a therapist and medicine. Some people have their own types of herb that they may use. Non-linear process that requires patience, self-compassion, and actively processing your emotions. It is similar to recovering from withdrawal. If you or anybody you know have ever dealt with, okay, I'm there. I forget it's Saturday morning. People are mad. Anyway, if you or anybody you know have ever dealt with withdrawal, I watched my mother go through withdrawal from drug addiction. I've seen other people go through it. Coming up in Baltimore, you get a chance to see a lot of different aspects, especially when I started barbering. When I first started barbering, shout out to Marvelous Marvin. Marvelous Cuts, the first barbershop I worked at, official barbershop I worked at, because I worked at a salon and some other places, was Marvelous Cuts Barbershop, Ricerstown and Lynbrook, in the heart of Baltimore City, right up from the Y. 1995, the 90s for y'all young people. Yes. Yeah, oh, I got to send you, if you want any of my joints, we got some good stuff. We in like the 18th hour of this thing. So self-love all month, but I'm talking about love all year. So, okay. But withdrawal is your body's reaction to taking away something, or body, mind, heart, or soul, taking away something that's been relying on. When it comes to drugs or alcohol or something like that, the body has a dependency for it. And when you take it away, it rejects it. You can get sick, convulsions. Some people die from withdrawal. That's how deep it is. So give yourself grace and take things one day at a time. When it's dropped in my heart to talk about it, it's really important. Hey, Cookie. It's really important as I'm talking about self-love in the month of June, because if you're not doing the steps to love yourself, when heartbreak comes, it's already devastating. But you're still questioning yourself. Now, mind you, I'm not just talking about relationship heartbreak, like a loved one, a lover. I'm not just talking about relationship heartbreak. Some people are heartbroken because their parents have died, child has died, child has left, someone's gone on, a best friend has died, moved on, someone's moved on. Heartbreak comes to a pet. There are some people that are messed up because a pet died. Their pet is like their furry child. So heartbreak comes from different places at different times. But I'm telling you, if you're not doing the tools and the steps of self-love, you have nothing in your reservoir. It's like me being thirsty. I'm dehydrated. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. Ain't no water in here. Somebody got some water? I talk on stage, comedian, whatever. Ain't nothing worse than you hear somebody raspy up on stage and they got what? Look, I've never seen Stevie Wonder take a drink of water, and Stevie will randomly go up on the mic. What's going on, y'all? I saw him at the Bomber thing, and Stevie killed it. The band was amazing. But Stevie goes up there and starts singing like, live food and then... No, what did he start singing first? No, Higher Ground was later because they came and helped him. But we didn't sing signs of, oh yeah, babe, like a fool. His voice sounded a little raspy, and I was like, somebody get Stevie some water. Somebody just... Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Somebody that knows Stevie gonna see this, and they're gonna tell him. Anyway, So that's the working definition for the process of healing. So here's some steps. We talk about healing from a broken heart. If you're taking notes, take some notes. Allow yourself to grieve. Don't suppress it. Acknowledge and fully feel your sadness, anger, or confusion. A lot of times I'm all right. Get away from, if you're a grown person and you still saying, I felt some kind of way, smack yourself. Just a smack that's not so hard. But, Juju, okay. All right. Just a smack that's not so hard. Smack yourself, wake yourself up. Say how you feel. Say, I felt some kind of way. I write about it in the book too. You can get a copy of my book, DM me, and I'll send you a copy of the ebook if you haven't had it. It's for everybody, not just single folks. But I'll tell you, I felt some kind of way. How'd you feel? I was hurt. Your feelings were hurt? Yes. How else? Felt jealous. People start getting like a little kid when you express how you feel. Use your words, as Daniel Tiger would say. Shout out to Mr. Rogers, one of my idols. Even though we're not supposed to have idols. Mr. Rogers is the guy. That's one of the reasons I do what I do. That's one of the reasons I'm always mindful to make areas where I can do content. Because when I watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood back in the day, everything from him taking off his shoes and putting on his cardigan and coming out of his jacket, every place in his house was a content area. Even when he went to Land of Make Believe and started doing the song. He wrote all those songs. Anyway. Don't suppress it. Allow yourself to grieve. You don't have to keep saying, I'll be all right. It's like a weak-ass Band-Aid. You ever had a Band-Aid that didn't stick? Just frustrate the hell out of you. You're like, shit, I'm just going to let it air out. I'm just going to be bleeding. I don't care. Express your feelings. Let yourself cry. Men and women. I know women who said they don't cry. I ain't want nobody to see me crying. Why? I remember Barbie. I think Barbie Liss is my girl. I think Barbie's in Canada. And she started talking about how her daughter was raped, sexually assaulted by a guy they didn't know. And when they went to have the trial, they chose to do a different kind of rehabilitation that didn't involve prison. It involved him meeting with them like weekly to go through this healing process and journey. I cried on that interview like a baby. Go back and watch it. It's on my LA radio now. It was during the pandemic, and it could have been a bunch of stuff, but I didn't understand. When I thought about something happening to my daughter and what I would want to do to the person or how I want to see them handled, and her daughter, beautiful, her beautiful, and the way it healed their lives. And this person rehabilitated. Can y'all still hear me? Because sometimes when somebody calls, sometimes when somebody calls, the volume goes out. But let me know if you can still hear me. Yeah, allow yourself a chance to cry. Nothing wrong with crying. Here's the thing about crying. It's so funny that people, I don't want to cry. I ain't want to cry in front of them. I ain't want somebody to see me cry. Yeah, Lance, I'm live. Stop calling me. You calling and texting. I'm doing my morning thing, man. Hello, May. Okay, you can hear me. So, there's nothing wrong with crying. Crying is, we're supposed to detox our bodies. If you didn't go to the bathroom, pee, poop, if you didn't go to the bathroom, you would be sick. You can die when you have a bowel obstruction or something going on and you can't release waste and toxins from your body. You will die. If you're not sweating, you could get pimples and all kinds of stuff. Your body needs to release toxins. Crying is a release of emotional, spiritual toxins, be it tears of joy or otherwise. Crying helps. Ask women who got a group of girlfriends that they get with the ice cream and the wine and sit down and cry. You ain't seen none of these movies where the women get together and they cry and wait next to I can't believe it, girl. I can't believe it either, girl. Men don't always have that, but you need to do it. Men don't have it because a lot of times you cry around your homeboy. He don't know what to do. He's like, you all right, man? There's some kind of fluid coming from your eye. I can't think. I can't believe this. You should I call somebody, man? I'm being facetious. I'm joking. Guys know how to have a crew. Guys, you should have a crew to allow you to cry. If you're emotional, you can sit there and get some healing. Because if you don't, you're gonna be going through. Nah, let's go get something to drink and you can get some hoes or something, man. And you know, you heartbroken. Let's go out and get some girls. That's not the answer, guys. It's not the answer. Let yourself cry. Journal about your feelings. Like I say, I write. Do I got my books over here? I got so many daggone journals. Y'all see me. People that know me, I used to roll around with a book bag. Any of y'all came up in the hip hop day and age, it was cool to have a book bag on. I always had a book. Shout out to Realizations. This is a guided journal. This is just I write everything in this journal. I got books. I got this stuff I'm teaching every week. I'm keeping the journal because I'm gonna write a book. These are leading into a couple of my other books. I'm a writer, so I write. Shout out to my media partners too. Sheen Magazine, the folks in town. Kristen Harris and the crew in town for the BET Awards weekend. Shout out to them. Also, Reach LA Angels, my blog. Hey, I think the new blog should be up, but the link is in my bio. You can see our articles, weekly blog. But journal, write it down. A lot of y'all got books in you from the stuff y'all been through, and you ain't released a book yet. I believe the things we go through are to help somebody else. I believe a lot of the things we go through are to help somebody else. Talking to people, journaling, or talk them out with a trusted friend or a professional. Trusted friends. And I'm gonna say this because some people may not agree. I'm just saying it. It's my broadcast. You can tune it out. It's cool if you're a female and you have a best friend that's a guy. Great. If you're a guy and you have a best friend that's female. Great. There's something we get. If I'm a man, it helped. Yesterday I met with some of my bros at a coffee spot, coffee and cafe. We sat there and talked. And we could talk openly as men about stuff that we could agree upon and focus on as men. There's things that women can do that too. You need someone of the same sex that can give you some information because you actually think. And men and women, we desire a lot of things. We think about some of the same things, but we process and communicate them differently. It's like the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. That is true. We process and communicate things differently. That's why women can get with other women. If you have a group of females and go on not just a girl trip. That's a whole nother. Women can flow with women a whole nother way, but find a group of trusted friends. Okay. Set boundaries. Implement no contact. Give yourself space by taking a break from communicating with your ex. If this is a relationship thing and you're still communicating, now if you have children with your ex, it's kind of hard not to do it. You have to communicate with them in whatever capacity y'all can. You have to. It's for the betterment of the child, y'all. Do it for the kid. Lord knows. But for those friends of mine that keep, you got an ex and you heartbroken by him and y'all doing things together. Oh yeah, we just go on these morning walks together. Stop. Give yourself space. Stop it. I was just talking to her because, it's hard too if your ex is your best friend or was your best friend or anybody. Some people are golden at this. Some people, you get too separated when something happens. Don't get so separated that no one knows where you are and you go down a deep, dark place. You don't have anybody to help pull you out of there. Limit social media. Lord knows. This social media thing. There's a number of reasons I'm doing this. To build my own consistency, to have content, but more than anything, to have content based directly on one of my missions in life, helping men and women communicate better in love. I'm not a therapist yet. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't plan on ever being a psychiatrist, even though I do want my psychology degree and I've started the steps. But this is how I talk to me. These are some of the tools I've learned. These are some of the things I like to study and write about for the past 22 years. And the great thing the thing I love the most about AI, what I love about Google, is I could be doing my studies and stuff, and then I could talk to AI about it and say, hey, here's some topical things. Here's some people that wrote this out and said, and big shout out to Growth Therapy. That can Growth Therapy, the set boundaries part is coming from Calm. I give credit to the points I make. I can bid and expound off of them, just like we were doing a study. So use these things to your advantage. Make them a tool, okay? Limit social media. Unfollow or mute them to avoid triggers and constant reminders of the past. I've done this before. Calm. That's from Calm. You have to. If you're trying to heal from a space that you were in, you have to come away from that space. When my brother was big on, hey, if we get mom out of Baltimore and down here Louisiana, we can help her with the drug situation. I can work with her. I can do all this stuff. And I was so mad. I was like, oh, man, woman to raise me. God was like, go get your mother. I was like, everybody has their own experience with God. The reason God's walked with me my whole life. So I'm always going to lean into faith because I have nothing else. God has been with me so much. I'm like a spoiled kid. Don't get me into crying on here. God make me feel some kind of way. No, that was a callback joke. Cry if you have to. But as I took her down to Louisiana, my brother started working with her in an atmosphere that was different from Baltimore City, the heart of Baltimore City. Yeah, you don't have access to the same triggers and toxins and things like that, and you get around positive stuff, you can change. So that's one of the first things I do with my friends, myself, anybody. Like, yo, let's go and get some fresh air. Let's go and take a walk. Let's go. And if you're in a scenic place, a beautiful place, especially like California, Miami, New York is beautiful to me. The Baltimore and the harbor. Let me tell you, coming up, when I was going through certain things, I was by myself a lot. The best thing they could have did for me is open a subway station right near my house, within 3 to 5 minutes walking from my house. And I could go from Milford Mill subway station to downtown Inner Harbor or Owens Mills, or right in my little city. This teenager could pay a couple bucks and go all over Baltimore. And I got to see some of the most amazing places in Baltimore. Later on, when I got into my 20s and was starting my consulting business, I was already barbering, but starting my networking, entertainment, and marketing side of the business. Those places that I would go to free my mind, going down the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, downtown Baltimore, seeing some of the beautiful places, museum and stuff. Those places became places that I started doing events at. By the time I was working with Marvelous Marvin and the jazz and producing the jazz shows and hosting, I'm hosting at the Museum of Art. I would go past the Lyric in the Art District, and I end up producing shows at the Lyric Opera House, doing events downtown, being a part of the Downtown Partnership, being a part of BACA, the Baltimore Area Conventions. I would go there as a teenager to free my mind. This is the first time I'm saying that and realizing that. Where are you going to free your mind that eventually, some of y'all go and look at the dream houses? That's important. I'm sitting here picking scabs. Y'all call me. I'm here like, what is this on my hand? I burnt my hand the other day. Woo! And I just sprayed some alcohol on it. I burnt my hand the other day and had a scar. I used that as a thing. How many of you have scars on your body and you remember where they came from childhood? You heal from it, but there's a scar there. This was a burn. And then it bubbled up, then a scab came. And then here's another thing. If you pick a scab too early, it doesn't heal properly, and it has to take time to heal more. Same thing with our heart. You get hurt, and the wound is there. You'll reminisce. You'll have the thing. How it heals takes time. Different ones take longer than others. The one on my knee is still a scar there, but I remember how long it was taking when I was young. And it was, as you get older, the skin forms over it, but it's formed a little differently. Same thing with our heart when we're hurt, especially if you've been heartbroken. Like I said, we're not just talking about relationship, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend. Heartbreak as a whole, losing a mother or father, losing a loved one, a sibling. Some people, their dog dying, their cat dying. My friend had his cat for 18 years. You know, that was like his furry son. And he still carries him on the phone. He's like, oh, I miss him so much. And, yo, that's real. It's funny. Billy Calderwood, pastor of mine at Media City Church, was here. And he said he was saying something one time, and they were doing a youth group, and this boy was in there, and he was heartbroken because he's a teenager. And they were like, oh, you know, you're heartbroken. Somebody made a joke, oh, it's puppy. That's just puppy love. And he said somebody was like, hey, puppy love is real to the puppy. That's important. My daughter's 14. I remember when she called me about she had this crush on a friend, and she was like, yeah, I think I love him. I was like, whoa. She was like 11, 12. Love is a big word. And that's when you get into an area you can be careful, because that can hurt. Love hurt? Like, yeah, baby, love hurts. What's the greatest form of love that we always talk about, always hear about? We celebrate it every year. You know, I was like, what? I was like, Jesus giving his life on the cross. You don't think that hurt? On the tree, he died and is crucified. It's gruesome. They always try to pick gruesome. Oh, look at the passion. Gruesome. What's probably the next thing that people think about, or the first thing people think about, is a mother giving childbirth. That's the biggest form of love there is. You don't think that hurts? And sure enough, when something happened, she got a heartbreak. She was like, it hurts. I was like, yeah, I know, baby. I'm here. I know. And I think one of the worst things we can do for our young people is when they see their feelings getting all caught up and stuff like that. You need to let them know that, hey, love is a deep thing, and it can hurt sometimes. They're like, huh? So that when it happens, but no one's told us that. I got this crush. You infatuated. That's the beginnings of love. As we get older, we start learning about the verb of love. Love is a verb. Love is like hope and faith. You have to do it. You have to put it into action. If you don't do it, it's not working. One of the best definitions of love, and you can go back and watch the thing on what is love. And if any of these things you want to find out about, go to my Troy Rawlings Live YouTube channel, and you can find them all there. Also, big shout out to all my sponsors and stuff there below. But I want to rock out for a little bit. So I'm not going to break it up, because I'm going to talk about it again tomorrow. And I might lean out of the month of June with just talking about healing from heartbreak. This is a big one, because there's a lot of things in here we can use overall. And if you've never had your heart broke, especially if you're grown, what you doing? You ain't been out there? You ain't putting yourself out? Put yourself out there. Get in these streets. No, I'm just joking. All right. Set boundaries. Implement no contact. Limit social media. And especially if you're connected to somebody that broke your heart. Rebuild your identity. Fill the void. This is a big one. A relationship loss leaves a gap in your daily life and identity. Dedicate your time and energy to a new, compelling personal goal or a hobby you may have set aside before. So important. Dealing with if I'm talking about from my own personal experience, if I didn't have the thing, I always give big praise to my friends. Lord knows my friend circle is amazing. Helped me through so much throughout my entire life. God has always blessed me with some phenomenal friends. I'm trying to be a better friend. But filling the void, this is a deep spiritual thing, because this is one of the promises that God gave me. My parents, by the time I was 14, my parents were gone. They weren't dead. They were just going through their own issues. 14. So a lot of that time I was spending by myself if it wasn't for my friends and things like that. And when I rededicated my life to Christ years ago when I was 19, God gave me a promise. He said, I will always fill any void in your life, I'll fill. That's a powerful thing to hear from your spiritual father, from God, to get in your spirit that a void can be filled by something spiritual. That's great and wonderful. But we walk this earth as humans. So what things are you doing to keep yourself busy? When they say stuff like those quotes, idle mind is the devil's workshop. It is. Because if you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs or watching reality TV, look, this social media, the biggest asset in social media is your attention. Some of you are tuned in right now getting some tips on something that may really help you. Some of you tuned out a while ago and may tune back in and catch this. Some of you just tuned in like, who is this guy? Why is he talking about this? I'm Troy Rawlings, by the way. Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. We talking about love 5 days a week, at least an hour. I said 6 a.m. I don't always get here at 6 a.m. But I guarantee you that you will have the replays on YouTube, on my IG page, on LinkedIn. I'm going to put a couple replays on LinkedIn because LinkedIn, y'all been looking at it. The business folks been looking at it at the desk. You can listen to this while you're working out. If I have this content, I might transfer it over into podcasts. But YouTube is like a podcast. You don't have to look at the thing to listen to it. So anyway, rebuild your identity. We're talking about healing from heartbreak. Fill the void. A relationship loss leaves a gap in your daily life and identity. Dedicate your time and energy to a new, compelling personal goal or a hobby you may have set aside. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she was talking about getting rid of some easels. I say, easels? She was like, yeah, I do art. I was like, when? No, you 30 years. I didn't know you did art. Yeah, I really don't have time. Yo, stop telling yourself you don't have time for the things that help you. Stop telling you. Yo, if you're working, and I know it's great to have money, yo. I know it's great to have your bills paid. I know it's all that. But if that's all you always talking about, you got to work, you got to hustle, you got to grind, you understand I got to do this. Guess what will slow you down? Heartbreak is one thing. I talked about this before. How many people have known an older couple? Or y'all ladies always talk about the Notebook. That's one of y'all favorite romantic. I love romantic comedies, but y'all, the Notebook, that's a hard, sad movie to me. But one of the things y'all love the most is that and he just there with her where she had Alzheimer's. This is a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, you should have been saw it. And he's there with her in the hospital, and she's Alzheimer's. He's making sure he's getting her to know her every day, and she passes away, and he's holding her hand. He passes away with her. That happens. There's people that have died from heartbreak. People that have given up on life because their loved one left. If that's not your plan, especially if you're 20, 30, 40, 50 something, if you're young, 60, whatever, if your plan is not to leave when they leave, then you got to live. What have you put on the back burner that was a part of you living that you don't do anymore? What's going on there? What have you put on the back burner that you don't do? What's the business that you've been saying you want to do for a while? The garden, the walking, the getting in shape. What have you put on the back burner that you haven't done? It helps tremendously to get involved. A lot of the stuff you see me doing, it may be filling voids, but they're also helping people. Okay? Challenge negative thoughts. Replace unhelpful beliefs like, I'll never find anyone else, with more balanced and empowering perspectives. All right? Some of you catastrophize immediately. I'll never find anyone else to love me like the person who broke your heart. Probably not. Hopefully not. I'll never find anyone else like that. No, you won't. Even if they were good and the breakup was your fault or it was a mutual thing. No, you probably won't. Each person is an individual, beautifully and wonderfully, sometimes horribly, who they are. And but replace unhelpful beliefs like I'll never find anyone. That's why I tell y'all it's so important to get affirmations. You don't have to start with 5. You shouldn't even be writing. If you're writing your daily goals, don't write down 5. You should be writing down 2 or 3. One major one, and check it off when you finish. It helps you in your mindset. When I have 5 goals in here and I don't get to all of them, when I go back and look at it and have to carry it on to the next day, or I'm like, man, I didn't finish that today. I don't even look at the things I completed. Our mind is funny like that. We lean into but you need to look in this mirror. Get yourself a mirror. Doesn't have to be purple. Was that me? That's me. I love you. You're doing great. You're awesome. And have a great day today. You're heading out to tell you're a king. You're king, queen, whatever. You have to motivate yourself to the point every day. You look in the mirror to brush your teeth. Hopefully you're brushing your teeth every day. Hopefully. What up, Mom? Hopefully you're brushing your teeth every day. Hopefully. So you look in the mirror every day. Say something positive to yourself every day. You got this. Some of y'all, you're going to get KO this today. Whatever builds you up. But challenge your negative thoughts. Don't keep saying negative stuff over you. I am an optimist to a fault. When people are saying negative stuff, yeah, I guess I'll get it together. No, you're doing fine. I look horrible. Ladies, I didn't even look good. I just didn't do anything with my hair and I went out the door. Ladies, hush. I don't know what these guys be looking at. You're beautiful. Even with your jacked up hair, crust in your eyes, and your lips chapped. Take it. Stop talking bad about yourself, y'all. Men and women. I can't get it together. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. Because then you can lean into the bottle. You can lean into the drugs. You can numb it for a bit, then come back and go back into it. I've been around it too long. I had too many people in my family die from addictions or suffer from addictions or, all their life. All their life. Yeah. Especially living in a place like California. If you're here in California or Miami or Florida and you got beaches and palm trees, and get your life straight. I don't care what's going on. Take a walk. Get it together. Get it together. Okay. Piece by piece. All right. So we talk about challenge. That's from YouTube. That's a TED Talk that did that. Calm. Prioritize self-care and physical health, y'all. Nourish your body. Heartbreak causes real physical and emotional exhaustion. Focus on adequate sleep, healthy meals, and exercise to boost your emotional resilience. That's from Psych. Nourish your body. Heartbreak causes real physical and emotional exhaustion. I remember asking one of my mentors, like my godmother, I was like, how do you deal with heartbreak? I was like, how do you deal with heartbreak? She was like, prayer and ibuprofen. Yeah. Heartbreak does real physical and can cause physical and emotional exhaustion, stress to your body. Stress is one of the leading causes of disease. And this can happen from heartbreak. What? Yes. Yes. That's like a wonderful Chinese doctor, Dr. Sai, my doctor, my personal doctor. I'm due to come, Dr. Sai, if you watch this later. Where have you been? Time for physical. That's very stereotypical, but he does kind of talk like that. I remember when I started going to him 14 years ago. We taking my daughter there she had eczema, and he helped heal her from eczema. It's just a herb. Everything tastes like dirt, but it works. I love some Eastern medicine. And he said, oh, if she no dairy, if she can't do dairy, do a pork rice soup. What? Pork rice soup is good for calcium. What? Pork rice soup. I said, oh, pork rice soup. He said, there's more calcium in a pork bone than there is a glass of milk. I was like, oh. And wisdom. Okay. Taking walks. I love taking walks. And years ago, I started eating according to my blood type, which I got from my godmother because she was having all these health issues. She started eating according to her blood type, and she looks younger now than she did then, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. But if I ever find myself, if I look down and can't see all of me, you know what I mean, fellas? If I look down when I'm naked and I see my belly, it is time I'm way past time to work out. That's just me though. If I look down, I've been mostly slim all my life, but if I look down and see my belly, I was like, nah, boy, you should not be walking around here looking like the letter B or D. And you can't see your D. No, get it together. That's just me though. Positive life. What's going on, girl? Girl, right? Boy, these eyes of mine. We are talking about self-love the month of June. We're talking about healing from heartbreak. This is a 3-parter. But prioritize your care and physical health. Heartbreak causes real physical and emotional exhaustion. Focus on adequate sleep. Some of y'all, woo. I used to do it. I used to say it to my doctor, Dr. Sai. I was like, yeah, I'm usually 4 hours sleep, I'm up. 5 hours sleep, I'm up. I'm good. 5 hours sleep, I'm up. He's like, if you don't have to get up, at least lay there. And if you're working from your phone, because you do social media, if you're working from your phone, at least lay there. Let your body rest. Get as close to 8 hours sleep as you can. You 4 and 5 hours sleep. Oh, I'm gonna do an all-nighter. I got another thing, and some of y'all can't do it because it's just the way you work. You have to work like that. But if you can close out your day, meaning that if you can go to bed between 10, 11, 11:30, even 11:30, and close out your day, pray, thankful, close out your day, and start a new day, it's something that happens. Your body acts differently. I know mine does. For me, if I can close out my day 10, 11, 11:30, instead of going into midnight, it's one thing if you're hanging out doing your thing. You hang out, do your thing. You got to do your thing. But if you can close out your day, especially a weekday, hard day at work, get some food, get some nourishment, and rest, does wonders. The naps. Any of my people didn't. I was in my 20s when I started realizing the power of a good Sunday nap. Woo! My whole week would be better. Okay. Sleep, healthy meals. A lot of us ain't cooking. I don't know what's going on with y'all. I don't know. Some women be like, I don't know what I gotta do. What I gotta do? You ever thought about having a meal at your house? I can't cook. Take a class. There's some amazing grilled cheese. I don't eat cheese, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Guys too. Guys do the same thing. Where all the women at? Can you cook? I'm being for real. And exercise to boost your emotion. Even if you're just walking around the block, y'all, you got to stretch your legs. You got to get out and exercise. Seek support. Lean on others. Isolation makes healing much harder. Stop separating yourself so much. Surround yourself with friends and family. People that really love you. Not people that's going to be, well, I told you. You don't need no why I told you people. I don't know why I told you. You don't need those folks. You need people that's going to say, come on, let's get yourself, let's have a good time. And don't forget the things that you do by yourself. I've talked to people that said they wanted to go see a certain movie, but they didn't go see it because they didn't want to go by themselves. Yo, if you are single and alone and there's things you want to do and you don't do them because you don't want to go by yourself, you're wrong. Yeah, I want to know how to salsa dance, but I don't want to go by myself. I have a friend that she's damn near a professional dancer. She's somebody I met when I moved here, and I watch her posts all the time. I like them and stuff like that. And she is dancing her tail off wherever she goes. Guess what's at a lot of these places she go to dance? Men, Latino, whatever, men in line dance. Him. She's going out. She's having a ball. She's gonna go dancing. Shoot, I know so many couples. I know so many couples. I used to be able to dance with just dance around stuff like that. Somebody be like, lady, can I dance with you? I was like, yeah, but when you guy, and the guy be over there at the table sitting there like, take her. You can take her home. Come on, man. Really? No, friends and family that you can trust and that have good advice. Not the ones that I told you. Girl, I went through the same. No, not that. Consider therapy. Consider therapy. Yes, therapy is at our fingertips now. Therapy is sexy now. If you are feeling chronically stuck or the grief interferes with your daily life and work, working with a therapist can provide structured support. And that's from Calm. Okay? We had talked about healing from heartbreak. Gave you some action steps, some things. I hope this is all helping. I know this has been tremendously helpful for me thus far, and we're not even through the month of June yet. This is like episode 18. So in all actuality, I have 17 or 18 hours worth of stuff. Well, I'll send you a link where you can get a copy of my book. I'll autograph it and send it to you. But for free right now, if you DM me your email, I'll send you my ebook so you can read it on your phone, computer, laptop. You already have it. In the physical book, you can actually go to Barnes & Noble, any Barnes & Noble store, ask, hey, do you have Butt Naked Honest by Troy Rawlings? You go on Amazon, you go to places like that. But also, if you want a signed copy of my book, if you DM me, hey, I want a signed copy of the book, send me the loot. I'll order the book, sign it. Signed copy is a little bit more expensive than the ones you can get online and stuff like that, but you know. But anybody that's interested in my book, Butt Naked Honest Conversational Foreplay for Dating, asking the hard questions up front. That's not just for dating. It's not just for singles, not just for married people. It's for everybody. because asking the hard questions up front, I started the book years ago when me and Yonder were on tour. We started the Taboo Talk tour and we're doing comedy. And I wanted to have a book, because Steve Harvey had his book out. I wanted to have a book, but my take on it. I had never been married. So I was talking about dating. I was talking about love. But also from all the people that we had been doing the show with, I had all these topics. And a lot of them seemed to be really easy stuff. Like people were years deep into their relationship and still didn't know certain things about their mate, because they felt like it was weird to ask them. Like, you're sleeping with this person, you're having sex with this person in a relationship, you have a house with this person, and you don't know these things? Let alone like the taboo hot seat. That's a whole nother thing. Anybody wants to know what taboo hot seat is, I'll send you that list. That's a very adult list of things to ask when you have that great attraction with somebody. And then I think it's some questions you might want to ask before you go there. It's just fun. That stuff is kind of fun. It's easy to ask. The taboo hot seat, I did it on Hollywood. I got a video on Hollywood Boulevard asking those questions. So, but yeah, DM me and DM me your email and I'll send you a copy of the book for free right now, ebook. And everybody that gets the ebook, we're going to start doing some sessions with that. And I have, God willing, 2 more books coming this year. So, Butt Naked Honest is actually a series. So there are a couple more books in that series alone. So I call them bathroom books. It's 118 pages. You should be able to, people that read can read it. I have friends that read it. The day I gave it to them, they was like, that was a good book. I was like, you're a reader. That was a good book. That was very good. Very standard, very basic, but good stuff. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in to Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. Let me shout out some of these folks. You'll see them below, but go follow them too. So my first, like I mentioned, Sheen Magazine, my Sheen Magazine folks up there. New Sheen Magazine on stands now. Sheen Magazine, shout out to them. They're in town for the BET Awards as well, so shout out to y'all. Reach LA Angels, my new blog should be out. Let me hit up Missy K. Where's the new blog? Is it out yet? I gotta go check. I'll check. Y'all don't have to wait for me to check. I can check right now, actually. Let me see. Oh, it's called Life, Love, and Luxuries with Troy L. Rawlings. That's the blog. Okay, you can go on Reach LA Angels page, but the new blog isn't up yet. I gotta see if E is out of town. He might be out of town. But new blog coming. So, also, Flaming Pasta, follow at Flaming Pasta. You'll see all these folks below. Milton Breeze, Barbara Solomon, Steel City Cigars, Bad Juju Golf, Lynn Connor. Shout out to Destiny Over Drama. Shout out to my guy, Lance with Tasty W's. Happy birthday, Lance, coming up. Their anniversary for Tasty W's and Lance's birthday. Lance is I had one great friend of mine, Ronald Hall, rest in peace, rejoice in heaven, Ron. His birthday was on, it's funny, his birthday was on the 4th of July. My man Lance's birthday, Lance Watterson, his birthday is on 4th of July. Happy early birthday, Lance. And big shout out to a couple of birthday folks I forgot. Spike Thompson, happy birthday, man. And Donnie Glover, happy birthday, brother, if you catch this. But love y'all. Talk to y'all in a bit. I may be doing part 3 tomorrow. So just letting you know. All right. And if you need any of the series of the month of June, self-love, and you want to see some Troy Rawlings Live, you'll see all 17 episodes right there. This is episode 18. So talk to y'all in a bit. Peace. Love y'all. God bless. One love.